Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled Aliens Exist. Now, do aliens exist? I would say that the evidence is quite overwhelming that they do exist. But let us begin with a definition of what the word alien means. The word alien refers to something not of this earth. This definition encompasses living beings, organisms, and technology, anything that does not originate on Earth. The evidence available regarding the question of whether aliens exist comes from both what many people have witnessed, the many videos and photographs showing craft in the sky doing maneuvers that are impossible for any normal craft, and is also available from the many ancient monuments which have been built with technology that is not yet available to us. And here we see some of this ancient technology. These are the pyramids of Egypt, and they have been built in such a precise manner that they could not have been built through any of the modern methods available to us now. This means that they have been built with alien technology by either aliens or by humans with access to that technology. Either way, that is evidence that aliens exist. Pyramids exist all over the world and at the bottom of the ocean. A blue crystal pyramid, which we can see here, has been discovered at the bottom of the ocean in the Bahamas, in a region long known to be strange, as unexplained phenomena have been occurring in this region for a very long time. So this region is called the Bermuda Triangle. And here we see another pyramid. This is in Mexico. This is a pyramid in China. And this is another pyramid in China. This one looks like many others. It's covered in soil and vegetation, but the overall shape is unmistakable. It's a four-sided pyramid, and natural mountains do not form in the perfect shape of a pyramid. And here is another example. This is actually a pyramid complex discovered in Bosnia. And then we have a pyramid that has been found on the Martian surface. And this seems to be a four-sided pyramid found on Mars. And this is a three-sided pyramid or three-sided artificial structure on Mars. Now, if pyramids have clearly been built with technology that is not available at the present time, and if they exist on another planet, is that not clear evidence that aliens exist? If they were built on another planet, then that is in itself evidence that intelligent life capable of developing technology exists. And the fact that these same structures appear here and we could not have built them is evidence that this same intelligent life, known to build pyramids, which is alien to our planet, was here in ancient times and built these structures. Or, as I said before, they passed the technology they had to certain human beings who then used it to build these structures. Is there also evidence that aliens are doing the same thing nowadays, passing their technology on to certain human beings who are then using it and hiding it from the rest of the population on this planet? I would say that there is also evidence of that. There is evidence of advanced technology that is being used on this planet right now. Advanced craft, such as the one we see here, with cloaking capabilities, are being used in our skies in order to spread chemtrails. And artificial holographic technology is being used in our skies to produce an artificial sun within the atmosphere. And here we see this advanced craft. It has a delta wing, obviously spreading chemtrails. Here we see the chemtrail track, but we do not see the craft, which is obviously cloaked. And here we see a device that was photographed in the atmosphere that seems to have what would seem to be projector cylindrical structures that we would expect on a holographic projector. These look like screens. So this looks like what you'd expect a holographic projecting device to look like. And in addition, we actually have evidence that holographic projecting device is being used in our atmosphere. And here we have two shots from an airplane. And we can see this is the sun simulator in the clouds. And the bright yellow part seems to keep appearing beside the airplane even as it moves forward, indicating that a lens system is in operation in addition to a lighting system. And it seems that the cloud is therefore being used as a three-dimensional screen for a holographic type of projection. We also see that the bright yellow part is quite small from the airplane's perspective. And this shows that since the actual simulator looks so large from the surface, that a lens system is being used between the cloud and the observer on the ground to make this the sun seem to be so much larger. Now, there's also evidence that these aliens passed some of their technology on to the Nazis in the 1930s, and that they have passed on their technology to the US military and possibly to military of other countries. When a country goes from flying biplanes to building anti-gravity drives and zero-point energy power systems within a few short years, where is the logical place they got their sudden phenomenal breakthroughs from? We know how technology invented by human beings leads to progressive step-by-step advances. A sudden advance of this magnitude indicates that the technology was not invented by human beings, but by beings who had advanced the technology to a much higher level than humans, and then passed that knowledge on to human beings. But where do these beings come from? And what are their intentions? Should we blindly trust them and think that they are benign? Or should we seek to understand who and what they are? And perhaps as well what they want with us? I think it is very naive to just trust them. One of the reasons why we should not trust them is that the technology they give away is usually given away to elite groups only, who then not only hide it from the general population, they also use it against the general population. Think about it. Computers, internet, cell phone technology is often seen as one of the greatest advances of our civilization. On the other hand, the technology is clearly being used to spy and control us. And cell phone towers emit radiation that is harming us and causing disease. There are certain whistleblowers, such as Robert Lazar, which have come out and said that this same technology came from downed alien craft, which were reverse engineered in places like Area 51. The question needs to be asked then, if the technology is so advanced, why are their craft crashing so easily? Is it possible that they are crashing on purpose so that our military would be able to get their hands on the technology? And since the technology seems to be used to enslave rather than to free mankind, how can we say that this is a good thing or that the intentions are good? Now, in this photograph, we see clouds in the sky which look like saucer-shaped craft, and thus evidence of the existence of alien technology on Earth. And of course, it's not natural for 5 clouds to look so exactly the same and to have such a symmetrical shape. As you can see, they are discs, disc-shaped, and all about the same size. They all have the same type of structure. So these craft clearly have cloaking capabilities, which makes them look like a cloud. So we have evidence that aliens exist and that they have been around for a long time, since we know they were around when the pyramids were built, and most likely before then, since pyramids even older than the Egyptian pyramids have been discovered all over the world and on Mars. Where else can we go to investigate who these beings are and what their intentions are? There are many ancient writings in the world which talk about these beings. Most of these writings say the same basic things about them. They seem to like creating an elite in whatever culture they get into contact with, which then enslaves the common people. And here we see a space station. And So with the alien technology given to them, the elite get to live in a type of paradise in space, whilst we on the ground are tortured by mind control weapons and purposely given cancer, whilst being denied the treatments that easily cure it and are available to the elites through their alien masters. So this alien technology exists. We usually see it through science fiction movies, and this is usually a sign that it already exists and has been built, but it is not given to the common people. It's hidden from them. There is one ancient book which seems to have a different agenda, though, and this is the Bible. This book tells the story of an enslaved people that were freed by their God. This God did not create an elite which then proceeded to enslave their fellow men. No, this God gave them laws which pertain to freeing those who had fallen on hard times every 7 or 50 years. This God gave them such laws as: do not harvest everything out of the trees, leave it. This is to provide for the poor of the land and the strangers. It says in Leviticus 23 verse 22, when you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Leave them for the poor and for the foreigner residing among you. I am the Lord your God.